So, despite me having coffee today, these are still very good IEMs. Hello, Zeos Pantera, the host of In-Ear Fetish and other channels. Check those out as well. And I'm here today with the CHOPIN. CHOPIN. It's not Chapin. I'm from New York. I could say I'm from Boston. We doing some Chapin. No, this is the CHOPIN. The GizAudio Binary Acoustics Collaboration IEM. And before we started talking about the sound and how I like it, I'm going to put it back on. Currently the Berserk soundtrack's playing, the new Berserk Golden Age one. I love this box layout. Like, I just love this box layout. Like, that's clean AF. And then you got a case that looks like it's for, like, a set of professional Shure, like, studio monitor IEMs. And each one has a little tiny bag in it for individually sides. Foam lined. So we can put that right the hell back in there. You got your little information booklet, tells you all about it. This is a single 8mm dynamic plus 3 balanced armatures. And I'm just enjoying the living hell out of the music. Just right now, it's just playing. I don't know what kind of kink play you're into, but I'm gonna just get that right on top of her head like that. Which one of these anime girls needs a bag on their head? Because that's what these are for. You're like, there you go, Shinobu. You just have your little... Where are you taking me? I'm taking you to my basement. I really enjoy these IEMs. So, this guy here, he was a composer back in the day. Like, I don't know, like the 70s or something. Like the 1870s. There's a whole biopic they wrote out for him here on the webpage on Hi-Fi Go, a tribute to a legend, world-renowned composer, soulful musical pieces, blah, 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 blah. Not blah, 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 blah. I respect the fucking man, all right? He's no beef oven, but still, I was shuffling through tracks, and obviously you're not going to listen to just classical music and ignore that. I don't just know that. It's forget measurements. I don't care about measurements. And I don't care what something was designed to do. I care what something can do. So I was doing some classical stuff, and I noticed that it was very, very, like, abrupt in your face with, like, opera singers. And then I went and just started shuffling, and anytime vocals came on, you could feel that, like, that's the focus. Like, that frequency range is just spectacularly detailed. And then I swapped tips. And we're going to talk about tips for a second, because it comes with some tips. But if we go back to the page, and we go back up, I love having page up and page down on this. When you buy it, you literally can't not get it with the Divinius Velvet tips, which is what's in this little package here. These are sold separately on, I'll link them separately, Zeos, if you remember, on Hi-Fi Go. And they're probably going to become part of the regular lineup because they're called the Velvet Tips, and my fucking God, they are smooth. Like, they are, I've got sticky tips, I got sticky tips, I got weird shape tips, I got my foam tips, the render tips, I got other foam tips, the conies, and I usually cycle through them. These have this, they've got an issue that I want to talk about real quick, where that they have a little tiny fucking hole in the back, that the nozzles on this are not exactly small. Let's take them out so you can see them. They've got an interesting little shape going for them. It's like partially a teardrop, but they're supposed to sit like that. This is Binary Acoustics here. This is CHOPIN here. It's got a 2-wire, but it's a deep 2-wire. So you're not going to get something like the Chimera cable into this. You need a long extension. I love how small this is. Like, that's probably the smallest 2-pin adapter I've ever fucking seen. And you get that thing way in there, Morty, way to the bottom where the scanners don't reach. And then you got a really quick turnaround, but it's soft enough that if that's too tight for you, just don't. It just won't. So really well designed. You can see it's almost a straight down turn. So you may have to twist. If you're more of a this person than a this person, it's fine. There's no big humps and lumps. It really sticks out real far to let it seat wherever you need it to sit. Here are those tips. absolutely smooth as velvet, and that partially goes with the theme of this IEM. I was using it with the render tips, and that's where I noticed that like punchiness of vocals, and it wasn't on classical music. It was on anything female vocal, anything male vocal. It was just like you are listening to the person sing. And when you translate to like a classical track, that means you're listening to the opera singer or the harmonies just slam you in the eyeballs in the best way possible. None of this is negative, by the way. You're always confused with a Z review. Yeah, mine actually sit perfectly straight, so you get that cool shape going forward. It's weird because initially they didn't sound like they had soundstage. It almost sounds like the sound instead is wrapping around your head. Because I usually know what a soundstage like an OH5 is like just out there. But none of this music sounds like it's coming from far away, but it doesn't sound like it's coming from my sides either. I don't know if that's just the driver arrangement. Maybe there's something to do with the timing between the 3 BAs. There's a single mid-range BA, 2 high-frequency BAs, and then the 8 inches doing that right there. Michael Jackson's This Time Around starts with a boom, 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 and this is why when people send me an IEM and it's just BAs, I can fucking tell. You need a dynamic for low end. You just do. You either can go all dynamic, a dynamic and planar like the Rinko is, or any number of BAs you want. 100 BAs. And a dynamic. And a dynamic. And a dynamic. Just I love dynamics for low end. They're just so natural sounding. You can just tell it's moving something to make an actual amount of air go. So back to like the sound wrapping around your head. So it's not wide, but it's not like narrow. It doesn't sound like I'm wearing HD600. Excuse me. My brain. I say HD600s and I puke from joy. It sounds like the sound is almost like phased to the back of my head, which is super fucking cool. I'm not against this. It's different. Welcome to Z Reviews and In-Ear Fetish, where if you have anything different, I will praise you. Because I am bored after 200 IEMs. You better do something different. And these are doing that different. They're doing very much focused on vocals. Linda Moore, she'll be a whore. Nobody ever told her it's the wrong way. Yeah, it's this weird, it's boobs. It's the center vocals, and then it's like everything else, and then it comes back to the sides, and it's like, it's behind you, but in you. This is great. I love an IEM I can't explain, where I'm at a loss for words. And you don't get it on headphones a lot of the time, because headphones tend to just be. I'm sure when you do the heavies, it'll be somewhere else. But IEMs just they can do this sort of crap, where it's just, the length of the tube from the thing to the thing is 4 millimeters longer than it is from the other one. So there's a time delay and your ear picks it up and you perceive it as a different timing and it moves the sound around. This is fantastic. And none of it is painful. It's another one of those IEMs. I've done a couple of them now where I'm listening for the problems. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for a song to get too much treble, or the bass sounds muddy, or the mid-range is a little bit recessed. And I guess that would be... I feel like maybe these are a little bit more V-shaped than like what perfect would be considered. But screw that. You know, Binary Acoustics, GizAudio tuned it, and this is what they wanted, and I approve it highly. Piano solos now, which makes sense. It actually sounds like there's a piano laid out, but it's like warping around my head. So it's not just a straight line. It's like this whole... I'm surrounded by piano. It's a nice feeling. Bass impact is good. I don't think it's like a king of sub bass, but it has an 8mm dynamic, and you could tell. Even though it's running 2 of those BAs for treble, I've not come across a single track This is Tina Turner from Beyond Thunderdome. Sounds fan-fucking-tastic. One of the living. Why did they capitalize the of? I hate that. Never capitalize the tha's or the ofs. Yeah, no, this is a $200 IM. Oh, by the way, so since you can't get it without the tips, I would recommend for the velvets, they have 5 sizes. I was hoping I could get my render tips done this way, but they have to make $10,000 molds, and they don't think they're going to make enough money back. But you can get small, medium, small, medium, large, large. I'm currently using a medium and a large, not a medium large in my left. No, just in case you didn't know. Yeah, literally the price difference is $199, or you get all 5 for $203. And you get to choose either 4.4 or 3.5. I'm rocking the 4.4. It's very nice. Look how clean this is. It says binary acoustics times GizAudio. GizAudio, I'll say whatever I feel like. The 4.4 onto this nice 4-wire twist. Very tight 4-wire twist. It could be straighter if I sat here and played with it. It's wound a bit tightly, but I'd rather that than loose. Don't loosen it up. Yeah, you get to the 2 wires here. So here's the split, and I thought the split was just weird. The slider for this is massive. That is the thickest slider. It's 50% the size of that. Because look, it just sort of like clicks together and looks like a giant piece. And there's a serial number on that. So yeah, you have the thickest, hardest core slider ever on an IEM cable. Yeah, I really fucking like these. I think they're 100% worth the $200. They certainly are presented in a way that makes it seem like, hey, you bought something special. Look at me. I love this box. I love this. Oh, my next call to be in a box that like opens like this. So yeah, good low end, amazingly fresh sound take on the highs and mid range. Like it's more of a placement thing than like a frequency response thing. This is why I don't like graphs. You can show me this fucking graph all you want. Nothing is telling me that all the frequencies from here to here are actually going to happen behind your head and sort of wrap around. Nothing's going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. And hopefully you come in the comments later on and you're like, you know what, yes, you're right. This has this weird fucking sound. And it's one of the very rare occasions I think the best sounding tips are probably the ones that comes with these, which don't come in the box, but you're going to get them separately, and they're going to force you to get them because they know that these are the best tips for them. So yeah, wallpaper in the Horde. These in the links. This desk mat, whatever the hell a dollar is in a CDDM. I think just put random lorem ipsum dollar sits. It's a cool little mouse pad. Get it? We're looking at the sun-rain.jpg. It's nice. I like this. I like this mouse pad. I like the color scheme sort of match. It sort of brings the Chopin to everything. So I'm done, you're done, we're done. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully these have launched. If you're a patron watching this, you're getting to see these reviews a lot earlier because of the 3-day release schedule. This will be coming out, I think, November. Early November-ish. If you're seeing this publicly, it's probably out because I waited and timed it right. Wallpaper in the Horde. Patreon, subscribe, star, support this channel. See reviews early, like I just said. And yeah, we're done. Good. I like a good. Just give me a good IEM. That's all I ask for.